Howdy! Right, today we're going to look at something I call the rust removers, and so this is for guys that haven't been playing for a while, but they kind of know their way around the fretboard a little bit at least anyway, and they just want to get back into it and sort of refine the technique, brush up on maybe a little bit of theory, although we're not going to go down any deep dark rabbit holes with music theory stuff for today. We're just going to keep it fairly light and simple in terms of that. So it's just really about focusing on the technique and just, yeah, as the name implies, trying to remove a little bit of that rust, just get your fingers moving again. I can certainly relate to that feeling of having not played for a long time, and certainly not gigging for a long time as well. A couple of times it was due to like things like injuries and like a lot of you guys as well, just life just life stuff happening. Even though I'm a guitar teacher and a musician by trade, I still found that sometimes even after teaching for a long time, I wasn't really practicing much myself, and that began to show, and I was, oh man, I really need to brush up on my skills and practice a little bit more as well. So again, if you're getting back into it after a long time off, the first thing I would suggest is just pick it up and play. Just play anything. Just get used to, again, just sitting with a guitar and just banging out a few power chords or open chords or something. Play some riffs, play like through a bit of a tune that you know, just something, anything really. So, first exercise we're going to talk about really is to do with getting your right hand moving, although we are going to treat this as a little bit of a warm-up for both hands. Now, typically, you know what's coming. A lot of the guitar warm-ups that you see are these based around this sort of like chromatic exercise, even though technically it's not chromatic. But so what I would suggest is if you want to do stuff like that, great, have at it. I don't really like doing them. I find them inherently unmusical, if that's a word, boring to do, but doesn't mean you shouldn't do them. If you are going to do them, I suggest creating some variations. So something, instead of just mindlessly doing that, and if you can do it and you're just, you know, thinking about other stuff, you're thinking about what you're going to have for dinner, you know, and just it's mindlessly, you're mindlessly executing it, then maybe that's not the right one to do for you. The other thing I would suggest as well is don't always start exercises down here in this first position or in this open position, because if you've had a while off, especially if you've had a while off, your hands, your fingers won't be used to that stretch right away. So again, if you want to jump in and do these kind of, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of style warm-ups, I would suggest starting around like the 5th fret or the 7th fret and doing them. And don't necessarily just do 1, 2, 3, 4, pick a variation. So let's say 1, 3, 2, 4. So first finger, third finger, second finger, little finger. Another one as well is to take that exercise, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't just do it vertically, do it horizontally as well. So make sure you're using a metronome, unlike me. But we are going to use a metronome for this next exercise. So this is the pentatonic picking drill. I'm sure you're familiar with this shape. And again, there's something about playing scales up and down which could be perceived as being boring, but like I said, it's sort of more musical then. So I'll leave it up to you, but here's what I would suggest. So this pentatonic picking exercise is going to work mainly on this hand. You know that scale shape really well. We're going to be mainly working on this hand. just getting the picking going down, up, down, up, down, up, nice and controlled on a single string. Okay, so I'm going to set the metronome up. Right, there we go. So that's the metronome. Set it to 80 beats per minute. We're going to play 2 notes per click. We're going to start on F. I'm going to call these pentatonic scales out as we go. So you can start down here on the 1st fret, or you can start up here on the 13th fret. So we're just going to play pentatonic scales straight up and down. So starting with F. 3, 4. C. Down to G. Just straight up and down and up. With your picking. D. Down to A. Up to E. In the open position as well if you want to. Down to B. F sharp. C sharp. G sharp. Go up to D sharp. A sharp. Back to F. Main focus of that exercise is the picking. So just follow that real strict down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up throughout that exercise. And of course, it really keeps you on your toes with the shifts as well. Challenge yourself to do a few different variations of the bar chords starting on the 6th string. So let's say you want to go through all the majors and minors. So F major, B, B minor, A major, C major, D major, etc. When you're practicing bar chords as well, one thing to experiment with is the pressure that you're putting down. You don't squeeze down all the time. Just get used to squeezing when you play the chord and hitting it simultaneously. So we don't hold and then strum too much tension in the hand that way. So again, just ease yourself back into it. The other exercise I like to do, almost as a little bit of warm-up, is this sus2 exercise. Now, if you're not familiar with what a sus2 chord is, or the shape of it at least, if you're playing it like a power chord, you add another power chord shape on top. So we're going to move this shape starting on the 12th fret, right at the dusty end of the fretboard here. And all I want you to do, just pick every single note. Just make sure they're coming out nice and clean, that's all. Then we're going to move that down 2 frets. What you could do as well is you could experiment with different fingers. So you could use fingers 1, 3 and 4. Or you could use fingers 1, 2 and 4. A bit more of a stretch that way. Down to the 7th fret. Same thing. 5th fret. Starts to feel a bit of a stretch here. Down to the 3rd fret, just be careful. Oh. Be careful with your picking as well. And then finally down to the 2nd fret. So that really is quite a stretch there for the fingers. So let's run through that sequence again. So we're going to go 12th fret, 10th fret, 8th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret, And like all these exercises, if you need to rewind and have a look, go for it. Okay, ready, here we go. 10th fret. Right, here we go. 12th fret. 10th fret. 8th fret. 7th fret. 5th fret. 3rd fret. 2nd fret. Right, next, going back to the right hand this time, we're going to do some string skipping. So I would practice by, first of all, just focusing on the right hand motion. So I'll do 4 notes on the D string there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 E and O, and then the same on the G string. And then go a bit further out. So you're going to do the A to the B string. So that's the 5th string to the 2nd string. Finally, both the E strings. So a little exercise could sound something like this. You get the idea. Again, this is just so we can really focus on the right hand. If you want to make it sound a little bit more musical, hold down a chord and do it. So I'm going to hold down a G major bar chord here. So I've got let's say you want to get back into playing a bit of lead guitar and just having a jam along to some backing tracks and stuff. I recommend starting with something like your bends. So getting your bends back in tune. Play a note, for example this E note, 12th fret on the high E string, and then bend the 15th fret on the B to match it. So try and make sure that they're the same pitch. You can work your way through the scale there. Just making sure that you can kind of articulate your bends okay. So again, at this stage we're just getting back into it, just making sure that you're using the correct posture, let's say, correct technique. Ooh. To play your bends with, you're not just pushing it with your fingers, you're really shaking with your hand, you're really scooping with your hand. You can play some licks, the typical kind of. Just make sure your bends are in tune. Just have a little bit of fun with that. So now working in a little bit of hammer-ons and pull-offs as well. Start slow, don't rush like I'm doing. Hopefully some of the ideas I've demonstrated today will serve as springboards for your own ideas, and you can come up with your own exercises and stuff. Remember, we're talking about a concept here rather than specific guitar exercises as such. There's as many different ways of doing exercises as there are guitar players. Just experiment and have fun.